Alright everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Jordan Report. This is Robert Jordan, your host. I want to chime in a little bit on the Elijah Cummings Trump spat. And I really want to go to the beginning of it because a lot of people are missing what started the whole thing, and that was Trump. That was Elijah Cummings attacking the Border Patrol. It had nothing to do with Baltimore, which is what should anger us, which is what angered Trump. This is what made Trump say what he said. But anyway, Trump said Representative Elijah Cummings has been a brutal bully, shouting and screaming at great men and women of Border Patrol about conditions at the southern border, when actually his Baltimore district is far worse and more dangerous, Trump wrote on Twitter. I mean, I don't know how much more truth you can say to that. I mean, Baltimore is probably one of the most dangerous places in the world right now. And Elijah Cummings is the representative of Baltimore. And he has been for well over 30 years, or well over 20 years, without any accountability. So I'm glad Trump did this. We needed this. But what the outrage is that his outrage was over somebody other than his own people, and that's what made Trump mad. I'm gonna play the clip that started all this, and see if it doesn't make you as mad as it made Trump and myself.
What does that mean? What does that mean when a child is sitting in their own feces, can't take a shower? Come on, man. What's that about? None of us would have our children in that position. They are human beings. And I'm trying to figure out, and I get tired of folks saying, oh, they just beating up on the Border Patrol. Oh, they just beating up on Homeland Security. Now, what I'm saying is I want to concentrate on these children. And I want to make sure that they are okay. I will say it, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's not the deed that you do to a child, it's the memory. It's the memory. And so, and I told the head of Border Patrol the other day, I said, I want to know what's happening in the meantime. We are the United States of America. We are the greatest country in the world. We are the ones that can go anywhere in the world and save people. Make sure that they have diapers. Make sure that they have toothbrushes. Make sure that they're not laying around defecating in some silver paper. Come on, we're better than that. You feel like you're doing a great job.
That's what Elijah Cummings said. This is a person who's a representative of Baltimore. Baltimore is a third world country. It's a third world city, I should say, with third world conditions. He just spit in the face of every black American that lives in Baltimore. This just happened. This was not even a week ago. The new Baltimore police deputy commissioner wife robbed at gunpoint, officials say. This guy was just appointed. He was just moved there from New Orleans and was immediately robbed at gunpoint when he walked. This is the commissioner. This is how dangerous the place is. And so these people are living with this every day. They have been living with this for several decades. And Elijah Cummings' attention is based on the border. This is what the whole conflict is over. This is what angered Trump, and it should anger us all. Here's the worst one that just happened. Here's the Baltimore teen brutally beat up police department employees. These are police people. These are city officials who are not safe. This just happened a few days ago, July 27th. On Wednesday, a trio of teens, 2 male, 1 female, rode up on an electric scooter towards a 59-year-old civilian employee for Baltimore's police department. Beat him up, stomped on his head. It was all caught on surveillance tape. Now, I just want to go through some statistics. I'll show you a little bit of the tape because it looks bad. Deadly gun violence shot up in Baltimore through the first half of 2019, extending a year-long surge in shooting that has persisted here even as other big cities gotten safer. More than 150 people were killed in Maryland's largest city through the end of June, marking a 17% increase in homicides over the same period last year. Counting non-fatal gunfire, more than 500 people were shot, an increase of more than 25%. Baltimore has seen more overall killings this year than New York. This year than New York, despite the cities being more than a dozen times its size. This place it's hell on earth. And this man is worried about, do you guys know how far away Mexico is, or the Mexican border is, away from Maryland? You just have to wonder, what are these black Democrats thinking about? According to Area Vibes, Baltimore's overall crime rate is 155 times higher than the average crimes committed in Maryland. It is also 153% higher than the national average. Let me repeat that. It is also 153% higher than the national average. When it comes to violent crimes, Baltimore, Maryland shows a crime rate that is 305% higher than the Maryland average. The crime rate is also 429% higher than the national average. I'm trying not to laugh because I'm trying to keep from crying. This is it's off the charts. Trump is right. This place is far more dangerous than the border. Now let me show you this brutal beating. This was a Muslim dude too. It's very strange. And this was out of nowhere. It's just a civilian walking down the street and just randomly attacked and robbed. I hope this thing plays. I've been having trouble with my video on this thing lately. I mean, just some of the most horrific stuff. This guy was just walking down the street and just descended. This just happened in Baltimore. This is what Trump is talking about. Clean this place up. I mean, absolutely horrific. This is just a regular guy walking down the street. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And so I'm so thankful Trump has finally brought attention to this. He's done us a favor, believe me. He has done us a masterful favor that it took, but most of us 20 years trying to bring attention to stuff. Trump did it with one tweet. So I'm thankful Trump did what he did. I know many of us don't like him, but we don't understand what he's doing. Anyway, I want to end this with the press conference of the Baltimore mayor and city council. I mean, these people are just despicable. And I also could say Trump could do this to every black Democrat city in the country. He could, if he could do this for us, he'd be doing us a job. He'd be doing us a favor. But I'm gonna play this conference for you, so we'll try and wrap it up here.
Bernard Young
is holding a news conference, this in reaction to the president's tweets dealing with that city. The president tweeted attacking Representative Elijah Cummings, tweeting basically, quote, that the Baltimore district is far worse than the southern border, this disgusting rat and rodent infested mess. The Baltimore city officials have taken umbrage to that. Here is the mayor.
We all know our city to be home to a collection of unique and inviting neighborhoods, world-class medical institution, and a thriving research and tech scene. Baltimore has a lot to offer. We can never allow nasty and hurtful rhetoric to go unchecked by the President of the United States of America. I want to bring up my partner in government, the City Council President, to say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you to all my colleagues and the police commissioner for being here today. We know that Baltimore is a great American city, and like cities across the country, we face significant challenges. And there is no better and greater champion for Baltimore and cities like Baltimore than Congressman Elijah Cummings. He has undoubtedly been and continues to be a hero across Baltimore and across our great country. It should be beneath the dignity of the President of the United States, the person who's supposed to be the leader of the free world, to disparage and personally attack a great American city and another great American leader. However, it's clear that it is not beneath President Trump. The President should be ashamed that instead of upholding his oath of office to put the greater good of all American citizens, no matter where they live and who they voted for above all else, that he decided to do the opposite, that he wants to attack an American city, instead of realizing that he, above any other person on this planet called Earth, is in a position where he can help. We stand ready and willing to work with the President if he wants to go beyond tweets to help us solve some of the issues that are deep and rooted in Baltimore's history. We've heard the President often talk about infrastructure, but he has yet to deliver. And we know that Baltimore not only is a physical city, but through jobs and through families and people who get those jobs will be changed through a significant infrastructure impact made by our federal government. We know that Baltimoreans and other individuals across the country live in housing that is substandard, and that if President Trump and his HUD director, who should know how Baltimoreans live in East Baltimore, got serious about making that agency work for the benefit of Baltimoreans and people in cities like Baltimore, instead of trying to cut the budget for that agency every year, the change that could be made. President Trump, what you are doing is the opposite of what your office is supposed to do. We want to work with anybody who wants to make American cities, and for us, Baltimore, a better place, but we will not stand by and let you beat down on our city. We will not let you stand by and let you beat down on our congressperson. We are about solutions. We are here. We are ready to work with you. Stop tweeting. Let's start working. Thank you.
Any questions? No, I haven't heard from Congressman Cummings at this moment, but I plan to call him.
All right, we're gonna break away from this right now.
These are the black leaders of Baltimore. Here's the mayor. Here's all the people that run Baltimore. Almost all of them are black. Those are the people we should hold accountable for Baltimore. Okay? They're mad at Trump because Trump called them out. Trump has been willing to work with these people since he's been in office. The black Democrats have been at war with Trump, including Elijah Cummings. That's where all this stuff is, all the animosity is coming from. Trump has said he's willing to work with these people. His door is open. So these people are not being truthful. And so I'm going to end this right here.